Chevy dealer today. Dependability based on longevity, 1987 to 1.
Shop clothes in one of over 30 locations in Northern California. For a limited time, get 20% off select Redwood fencing. Plus, adding or replacing your deck rolls off with Redwood fencing too. This is state-of-the-art California grown top choice natural redwood offers steady to strength of you. Enjoy your outdoor space even more. Lowe's offers nearly every variety and size of redwood pickets, fence panels, and deckers. Space. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's. 20% off redwood deck panels. Valid for limited time. See you at Lowe's.
Basketball on the court from both sides, and if you're a real lover of the game, you can enjoy how both teams play it, even though it may be different. It's still organic and true to the game and pure to the game. So if you enjoy basketball, I don't feel like you should have any complaints. It's a great set of players on both teams.
Now, back to Warriors warm-up on the home of every Warriors playoff game. 95.7, The Game.
It is brought to you by Golan's Leather Doors and Windows. Chris Townsend, Matt Steinmetz, Daryl the Guru Johnson getting you ready for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. And let's just say this. Let's say it was the Celtics. Maybe feeling the same way, and they don't have LeBron. Their two stars are out. So at least, no matter what, the Warriors were going to be the favorite. And they were going to be a huge favorite. But at least now we still know you got a puncher's chance in some way with LeBron James. Past 4 years, Warriors' overall record against the Cavs, 17-9. Steiny in the finals, 11-7. But as everybody's saying, this is the worst Cavs team that LeBron has taken to the finals. But Andre Iguodala, how strange, and I guess once we heard he was going to get a second opinion, we knew, something's really up.
Yeah, I think the reason that Warriors fans are kind of tired of Cavs is they feel like they have their number. And they feel like they would have won a title. They got up 3-1 and got the Draymond Green suspension. The Warriors handled Cleveland last year in 5 games. Here's the one thing I'll say, though. And even if this is the worst version of the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James might be playing better this year than last year. He might be playing the best basketball of his career or darn near at the peak. Andre Iguodala is the Warriors' best defender. He was the player who guarded LeBron 25 to 30 minutes a game and never stopped him. Remember, never stopped him, but did turn him into a volume shooter. So, I do believe that the Cavaliers can hang their hat on that a little bit. That he's maybe better than he's ever been, and the Warriors are missing their primary defender who guards him.
Here's Andre Iguodala on his progress.
they're trying to figure out how to, just move it, making some progress. Slower than we expected, but we just being realistic. It is what it is.
I got to tell you, I went over the numbers the past 3 years, and even the year that Andre Iguodala won the Finals MVP. LeBron that year, the first year, went for 35.8 points in the series per game. Second year went for 29.7, and then last year 33.6. So it's interesting when people say, Guru, about stopping somebody. If you look at the numbers, I know the Warriors have won 2 out of 3. This guy hasn't been stopped.
Yeah, but people tend to focus on the field goal percentage, and he did do what I like to call the Allen Iverson recipe, to where it took a lot of shots to get those numbers. But Iguodala's out, and did I hear him say just to move? So I don't know how close he is, but the fact that this team, the Warriors, are deep, I told Steiny I feel like they can let LeBron go berserk, and it's all about that second guy, and there is no Kyrie Irving. I mean, I can be proven wrong, but it's going to be Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, the rest of the band. Can somebody step up? And again, County, I don't think they have that guy that can complement LeBron. We saw it with Harden. LeBron can't do it by himself. Now, I can be proven wrong. Clarkson, some second guy, but I don't see a Robin to his Batman.
See, I think the worst strategy you can have, and I don't really think it's a strategy. I don't mean this, but let me tell you how you don't play the Cavs. Let LeBron get his, and then shut everybody else down. Because that's not the way LeBron plays. If you're giving LeBron all the playmaking room he needs, if you're giving him all the decision-making, he's capable of making his teammates better, much better. And then he starts controlling a game, and he can win you a game, and those guys can win you a game here and there, because every once in a while, the Rockets can shoot the heck out of it. So I think the Warriors want to basically do the same job against LeBron that they've done, which means he'll get his numbers, but they're going to not be on not a high field goal percentage, and you got to get him tired at the other end.
He put on LeBron. Is it Clay? Does Durant go to Kerr and kind of feed into the level County? Hey, let me start out on LBJ. I'm curious to see who's guard LeBron today from Golden State Warriors, since we know it won't be any.
Well, I'll tell you what, Steph Curry doesn't want to down LeBron and nobody else.
Whatnot at Brian played fun to date and has willed his team and all that, which is unbelievable. But no,
A lot of respect. I mean, fortunately, we don't have a lot of respect in the media. That's just how it works. But these players, they understand. They have a lot of respect for both these teams. I mean, both of them just even here one time, let alone force. Here, it's the worst.
I mean, that really bothers me, man. At the end of the day, yes, he's correct to a degree. They are NBA players, but they're not upper echelon NBA players. That's kind of what we get.
Love, this is nice piece, nice number 2. In an ideal world, he'd be your team. But Kevin Love's been effective at times. And the one thing we found is that he played the time series if you're going for the kind of figure out what everybody is. Kevin
the Crown Royal Club. It doesn't get any better than this. 4 straight years in the NBA Finals. And you'll hear it all right here on the home of the Warriors. That's 95.7 The Game.
The NBA Finals, Game 1. The tip-off is coming up. Warriors.
Curry, 3 ball in the corner. Curry! Yeah. Look out,
The only place to listen. 95.7 The Game.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? You introduce the all-new Ford EcoSport and surprise people with how much they can get in a small SUV with standard features like a rear swing gate, auto start stop, rear view camera, 2 USB ports, 2 12-volt power ports, and a roomy interior with 60/40 fold flat rear seats. The all-new Ford EcoSport. It's a big upgrade in a small package from Ford, America's best-selling brand. The Ford EcoSport is fun, capable, and nicely equipped and starts at just under $20,000. Visit your local Ford dealer today or shop online at buyfordnow.com.
Best selling based on current year 2017 sales. MSRP $19,995. $995 destination delivery fee excluded. Plus government fees and taxes, any finance charge, and computer processing charge, any electronic filing charge, and any emission tax charge. Third, come first with Quick Stop 32-ounce fountain drink, just 99 cents, including Dr. Pepper and other flavors too. No coupons, key tags, or secret phrases required. Basketball fans, make the Quick Stop 99-cent 32-ounce fountain drink your go-to play.
The Oaks Card Club in Emeryville is Vegas-style gaming, centrally located in the Bay Area.
The Jack of Hearts.
The Oaks Card Club features 40 tables for non-stop gaming 24/7.
The Queen of Hearts.
Play Texas Hold'em, Omaha High-Low, Stud Poker, and more, including popular California games like 3-card poker and double hands.
The King of Hearts.
Enjoy great food while playing Baccarat and Blackjack.
The Ace of Hearts. A royal flush.
Play it smart. Play at Oaks Card Club in Emeryville.
This day in Giant Hamburger history, salesman Mike Wood eats for the cycle. Mike starts his day with a huge Nation's 3-egger breakfast. At lunch, he swings into Nation's for a giant cheeseburger and fries. And heading home, Mike slides into Nation's for a wild Alaskan salmon burger and a pie to go. Now that's what I call a great day at the plate. Nation's, the local favorite for breakfast, pie, and giant hamburgers since 1952.
When your fast brake makes your glass break, call Marin Auto Glass. Marin Auto Glass can help you rebound from your broken windshield so you don't have to call a timeout. The service is fast, convenient, and extremely professional. For vehicle glass repair, replacement, and tinting, trust Marin Auto Glass. Quality service at the best price. Proudly serving Marin County. Call 415-883-3030. That's 415-883-3030. Or check out marinautoglass.com.
At Land Rover Marin, they've rolled out the red carpet for their newly redesigned 2018 Range Rover. Let their deal concierge guide you through the buying process. It's simple, easy, and luxury at its finest. Visit LandRoverMarin.com. That's LandRoverMarin.com.
So, what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs. Looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new 4K HDR TVs?
They got the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yep, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's only one place where we can get a hot deal on one of those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the other stores.
So, if you want to get the best deal on the best TVs,
Then we should take our magazine ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or dishwashers, but you will find the best deals on HD TVs, Blu-rays, cameras, camcorders, and home theater systems. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't, you'll be sorry. In Mountain View, San Mateo, Hayward, Dublin, and San Rafael. Video Only.
Relationships are about give and take. You'll take the morning hike. You prefer advice. But when it comes to sleep,
No need to compromise. Smarter sleep is better sleep for both of you. Introducing the new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed. The only bed that senses and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable. It's even designed to help with this. Much better. Does your bed do that? Don't miss the final days of our semi-annual sale. Save up to $700 on Sleep Number 360 Smart Beds. And Sunday. For more details and to find a store near you, go to sleepnumber.com.
Hey, sports fans, it's Chuck Santana with FH Daily Chevrolet in San Leandro. Thank you for making us the fastest growing Chevy dealer in the Bay Area. Our team works hard every day to earn your business. Check out these deals. Get a new Silverado starting at $11,000 off, or get a new Equinox for $199 a month. You want the best? You got to work with the best. Go to FH Daily Chevrolet in San Leandro on David Street or FHDaily.com. Find new roads.
11,000 off Silverado, 4,000 dealer discounts, 7,000 in rebates. Equinox 24 months, 10,000 miles per year. Lease 37.69 to assign. No security deposit.
Kevin Love is an all-star, perennial all-star, great three-point shooter, physical rebounder. Kyle Korver, one of the great shooters of all time. We've seen JR. Last time he was in this building, he had like 30 points in Game 5 of last year. We know what these guys can do. You don't get to the finals with one man, no matter how good that one man is. So, great respect for the Cavs, their resiliency, the fact that they're here 4 years in a row. We know exactly how hard that is. We're preparing for a lot more than just LeBron, that's for sure.
Now, back to Warriors Warlock on the home of every Warriors playoff game. 95-7, the game.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals here in Oracle, brought to you by Gold Lumber Doors and Windows. We're here at the Crown Royal Johnson, and it's time for John Dickinson to give us the information from the locker room. It's from the floor, presented by Oaks Car Club. Play it smart, play at Oaks. KD, one big question. Kevin Love, Game 1. Has the concussion protocol. Question is, will he start for the Cavaliers? He's in the starting lineup that bumps Jeff Green back to the bench. The key here for Ty Lue, though, he's keeping Tristan Thompson, who started Game 7 for the Cavaliers against the Celtics, in the starting lineup. So it's a bigger starting lineup with LeBron at the 3, Tristan Thompson at the 5, Kevin Love plays the 4, and then you've got George Hill and J.R. Smith in the backcourt for the Cavaliers. So that potentially be something the Warriors can exploit, I think, in terms of the switches and getting Kevin Love out on the guard.
Interesting. In game, what must have been 4 here, I was talking to B.J. Armstrong about that very thing, trying to go small with the Warriors. And he said one thing that he believes is you never try to downsize against a smaller team. And he said if you look at the Warriors, only there one series where a team really had them on the ropes, and it was Oklahoma City. And it was Steven Adams, it was Ibaka, and it was Durant. If Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love can play against the Warriors' small lineup, but we'll look at the series differently.
Yeah, I think Tristan Thompson can play. I'm not sure you can play both of them, just because of the fact that Kevin Love is going to wind up guarding somebody. It's going to be a big-time advantage for the Warriors, whether it's Curry, and I know he had the one play at the end of Game 7 here 2 years ago where he hung with a hobbled Curry, and he forced him to take a tough shot that he missed, and the Cavs went down and got a 3 from Kyrie Irving and won the championship. I get it. But for the most part, Kevin Love going up against the Warriors guards or getting switched on to Durant, however it works out, that's a big-time advantage. And look, the number one question, key, whatever you want to call it in this series, at any kind of level to hang in the series. And for my money, they're going to have to prove it a lot like the Rockets had to prove that they could be a formidable opponent. Eventually they did, but this Cavs team, they don't have near the talent or the athleticism or the body type of players that can hang with the Warriors.
Now, we know a lot of the talk, and rightfully so, has been about the king, LeBron James, and we know what he has done the last 3 finals against the Warriors. There's no Iguodala. I was telling Steiny and Townie, I'd like to see Durant get that assignment. Have you heard anything? Do you have a preference on who you would like to see start off on LeBron James? Maybe Klay Thompson?
I think Durant has to start on LeBron James, if you look at it. I mean, you just look at the matchup straight up. I mean, you could put Draymond Green on him, I guess, a little bit. I know Livingston's going to get some time on him off the bench. But no, I think if you just look at the way it matches up,
man for man, I mean, and I don't know who the Warriors are going to start, but yeah, Durant is going to be on him. And Durant guarded him as much as anybody in last year's finals. So, but having Iguodala as a guy you can throw on him, that makes a significant difference. But no, I would expect right off the bat, you're going to see those two matched up with each other.
I would think so. I mean, you can theoretically put Draymond Green on him.
Right.
I don't know that they want that because to me, Draymond is your ace in the hole, kind of your last resort against LeBron James for down the line in this series if things get a little dicey. Durant's going to have to guard him more than ever because of Iguodala. If Iguodala doesn't play in the series, like I said, I think I think there are ways Cleveland can make it a series, and one way is LeBron's playing phenomenal basketball, and the Warriors don't have their best defender on LeBron this series, or at least in Game 1. So maybe there's a window there.
Well, and I'll say this. I mean, if let's say LeBron James guards Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant, he guards him effectively, and they're going up against each other, and LeBron's having his way a little bit on the offensive end. One of the other big advantages, again, for the Warriors in this series compared to the last 3 years is there's no Kyrie Irving to deal with. Kyrie Irving destroyed the Warriors when he was on the floor in the finals, and obviously he got hurt in 2015. He destroyed them in the final 3 games in 2016, and he was a handful last year along with LeBron James. The Cavs just didn't have enough other players that could contribute to really make that a series. George Hill, J.R. Smith, whoever the heck they're bringing off the bench, this is a series where if LeBron and Durant do cancel each other out, I think it's Stephen Curry's series to get the MVP because they've got nobody to check him, and they've got nobody that he's really got to honor on the other end. He should be able to roam free and not even have to work all that hard on the defensive end. I think that helps his offensive game.
Yeah, there's only one player that, if he put something together, could keep Curry occupied, and that would be George Hill.
And this maybe 2014
yeah,
George
but
Hill.
It doesn't look like George Hill can do it. He might be able to do it a couple games. He had some nice games against the Celtics. But again, to beat the Warriors, you got to beat them 4 times. 4 times.
And George may be a little over the hill.
More than a little, I think, at this point. I mean, his defense has been on a significant decline, I think, going back to even the second half of last year when he started to get banged up a little bit with the Jazz. It was pretty awful with Sacramento, but got paid, wound up with the Cavaliers. And you're right, Matt, he did have a couple of good games, played much better at home, defended all right in Game 7 in Boston, and helped them win that series. There's no question about it, but there's a difference between a guy helping you win a series and going up against the Warriors and trying to win a championship.
You know, these are professional athletes, so I always give the other team a chance. You know, you just never know. But they asked for our predictions for 957thegame.com, and I said, you know, this is anticlimactic the way it was in the early to mid-90s when the Cowboys and the 49ers hooked up in the NFC title game, and then you knew whoever they were facing in the Super Bowl in the AFC, JD, was just going to get trounced.
Yes.
We don't have that same feeling, really, that we had for, like, Game 7 when we were here for the watch party talking to you in Houston. I mean, there's a different feeling here tonight.
No doubt. I mean, the Warriors are a big-time favorite in this series. They should win this series. They should win this series in no more than 5 games. And it's rare that it's rare that I'm ever, and Matt will tell you, it's rare that I'm ever that blunt on anything. Like, I tend to always view, like you're saying, well, there's a path, and maybe they have a way. And I even gave the Cavs a little bit of that benefit last year, although I thought the Warriors would win it in 5, and ultimately they did. I'm going 5 again. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I was tempted to go 4, but I've given LeBron James the benefit of the doubt to get 1 game just because he's playing at a greatest of all time kind of level in this postseason. And the Warriors still do have that tendency to just kind of give up 1 game in a series where they don't have it, or they don't fully care, or they don't make shots. You know, Draymond Green acknowledged that in the Houston series. Hey, one game a series where they aren't where they need to be, and it turns into a loss. So I'll give them that one, add it up. But I could see this series being a sweep. I find it hard to believe, unless a couple of players really step up for the Cavs and LeBron James is scoring at an elite level, that they can win more than 1.
I told a buddy of mine, he said, what do you think? And I said, I've seen this before. I've seen this movie before. again, I saw it with Jordan trying to beat the Celtics early in his career when he didn't have enough help. You can't do it. We saw it with Iverson trying to do it against the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. I mean, for goodness sakes, we saw it with Dwight Howard when he made the postseason with Orlando against the Lakers. The math doesn't work. One player can't beat another team with 4-star players. I don't like saying this. The only thing to me that evens this series is if the Warriors get hit by some bad luck in terms of the injury department. If these teams stay healthy in this series, I think John's right. I think the Warriors win the series comfortably. However, if they don't, it's going to be fun to see why not. Kind of like we saw in the Rocket series. We never saw the Warriors bogged down like that. So maybe we'll see something new, though, in this series.
Andre Iguodala, will we see him in the series? Steve Kerr said they're going to go put him through the paces after the game tonight. Tomorrow there's no official practice, though the Warriors can have a light workout. Media won't be involved in any of that or anything until Saturday. He's scheduled to get reevaluated before Game 2. I think it's a long shot that he plays in Game 2. Once you get past Game 2, it's another 2 days before Game 3. It's 6 days from today, Wednesday, Friday. That's the only time in the series that there's only 1 day off in between each game. One guy I'll give you that may get more of a role in the series is Pat McCaw. Steve Kerr did say McCaw's had a little bit of a knee thing that was bothering him maybe as he was trying to get back in condition. Played a few minutes at the end of the Houston series and could get a little bit of time, more time than we saw, maybe more significant time than we saw in that conference final. And that's just another lengthy defender type that can give the Cavaliers problems.
Yeah, it fascinates me that I'm this confident and basically fat-headed saying the Cavs don't have a chance, but they've met 3 times and Cleveland's down 1. They have beat the Warriors on this stage. We know what went into it, but it doesn't matter. It's 2-1. So if they were to do the David and Goliath somehow, it would be 2-2 and a mammoth collapse by the Golden State Warriors. But I'm going to go college football on you. I think the Warriors, with the sweep style points, I think it just cements what they got going by not giving up one damn game to the King and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You're going, let's run it up on them, because if you want to be number 1 in the country, you got to run it up on people in college football. Baby. Yeah, the Warriors right now, because there's people outside of the Bay Area who still want to throw shade over this team, who still want to bring up the Chicago Bulls, who still want to bring up the Showtime Lakers, who still want to bring up the greatest backcourt of all time and the Boston Celtics. Then you go yesteryear Celtics. They just don't want to accept the Warriors, Steiny, into that club yet. Now you go out, as Guru said, with style points, sweep these guys and make it a whole hump series, and you won 3 out of 4, saying we could still win more after this. It can make people think a little bit differently.
If the Warriors are truly disliked around the country, like we think they are, then they're not going to get a break. They're not going to be the benefit of the doubt. Because if you hate a team, you look for reasons. And if you hate the Warriors, you can find reasons. Their first championship, there was a player missing every single series, a guard, a point guard. Then, of course, the Durant year, or the year they beat Cleveland last year, or the first year without Kyrie and Kevin Love. Now we're talking Chris Paul this year. Kawhi Leonard last year in the Western Conference Finals. Do Warrior fans not want to hear it? Of course they don't want to hear it, and it might not mean a darn thing, but if you hate the Warriors, it means something.
And the bottom line for me is you win 3 out of 4, and the year you don't, you lose in Game 7, and you win 73 games in the regular season. That's a dynasty, bottom line. I mean, 3 and 4 with the 4th year being that, there's no doubt. I don't care who the competition is. Championships aren't easy.
I've been saying this for a while, and I truly mean it. And because Warrior fans are a little protective because, they're not
as much as they want to say they're used to this, they're not used to this. This is still relatively new, and it really comes with adding Kevin Durant. You know what? You want to be like the New York Yankees, and the New York Yankees for all these years have always added everybody else's stars. They've stolen your guys in free agency and in modern day baseball to go with their past. They got 27 world titles, and whenever they make a move, JD, they don't care whether you like them or not. They don't care whether they've spent the most money on champion. All they care about is winning the ring and championship.
Absolutely, and that's why every single time there's a rumor or a report about any star player, I immediately think of, could the Warriors get that guy? What would it have to take for the Warriors to get that guy?
And who does that remind you of?
It reminds me of the Yankees. It reminds me, and Karl Anthony Towns is a guy. Well, he's not happy in Minnesota. Him and Thibodeau aren't getting along or whatever, and you start thinking, well, the Warriors at some point want to add a big man of the future to go with what they have, and we can get into all the different things that may have to happen if they want to do it. But anytime there's a question about somebody not being happy or wanting out of their current situation, I think of them going out and trying to get Durant and getting him and being able to get into any conversation about any player.
I'll say this, though. When you talk about the Yankees, you're talking about unbelievable history.
No doubt.
When you talk about the Patriots now, you're talking about, coming up on almost 2 decades of greatness. The Spurs have had a run of playoff teams.
49ers, 80s through the 90s.
I think the real test of the Warriors is can they bridge the gap between can they get from 5 years to 10 years? They've basically been on a 5-year run right now. Okay, well, you want to be one of the big boys, you got to be good for another 5 years. So they're going to have to figure out a way to go, I think, from Durant, Curry, Clay, Draymond to some other player or two that ushers them into the next era. That's why Durant coming was the first thing that happened, because I'm not sure that team would have got the original Warrior team. I don't think we can assume would have made the finals these subsequent 3 years like they did. But Kevin Durant has been the one to keep them up there, and they're going to need somebody moving forward.
And what do you think they've been able to do under Steve Kerr, 3-0 in Game 1, and you think about what they've done in the playoffs at home under Steve Kerr, Guru, 37-6.
Yeah, and, we haven't mentioned 2 names. That's Lacob and Myers, who put this thing together. And the fact that Warrior fans can rub their belly and see a new shining toy and know that it's a possibility that you could add it to this greatness. I mean, this is a sports fan's dream to have an organization that moves like this. And it's just special to be in the moment. And like JD mentioned, Anthony Davis mentioned, the Warriors is, a destination to where things are so good there, almost like a fairy tale, but a destination of every player in the league. I mean, nobody knows what the future holds, and the fact that Myers and Lacob are calling the shots, anything's on the table.
Starting lineup is pretty simple, brought to you by FH Daily Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot. Well, we got Curry, we got Thompson, we got Durant, KD, and Kevon Looney. And for the Cavs, as JD told us, Hill, Smith, James, LBJ, Love, and Thompson. So, and it looks like I think you also heard this, JD, that Love, he's clear to go.
Yeah, no minutes restriction.
He's ready to rock.
Anything like that. He's in the starting lineup. They're going to play big. Means Jeff Green comes off the bench, and they'll play with Hill and J.R. Smith, LeBron James, Love, Tristan Thompson, as you mentioned.
If you're the Cavs, you got other than LeBron James, the way everybody's talking about you cannot be thrilled.
Yeah, but what can you do about it?
I'd step up. Come out and try and knock him in the mouth.
Everybody has a plan. Get knocked in the mouth.
Everybody has a plan. Get to the ring and see put it this way. How about for Cleveland? I'm trying to,
Right.
Well, they've got nothing to lose.
Well, listen, Townie, a player like Jeff Green, perfect example of what has to happen. If you look at the last few years Jeff Green plays the Warriors, he doesn't do much. All right, let's just put it that way. He just doesn't do much. It's a tough opponent for him to be good against consistently. Well, guess what? He had a nice end of the series against Boston. Yeah, if Jeff Green can play 4 or 5 good games in this series, okay. I don't think he can do it.
Look,
now maybe I'll be wrong.
The Warriors have basically the same team that they had last year, right? At least the 4 All-Stars. The center position's different. They don't have Iguodala. A couple guys are banged up off the bench. Okay, fine. Who's the second scorer for the Cavs? The last 2 years, because Kyrie Irving was hurt, they had Kyrie Irving and LeBron James both scoring the basketball with ease. They're going to struggle to score with consistency against this Warriors team. And when they don't hit the three, and they have games where they're awful. We just saw as bad as it gets.
No, they don't go 7 for 44.
The Cavs have games. Well, no, you're right. You're right. It won't be 7 for 44. It might be 7 for 30, 32. They might quit. But they don't. Look, they struggle to get to 90 or get into the hundreds on nights where they don't make threes.
And that's why the spread is where it's at, JD. And you're not saying third or fourth scorer, Townie. He's saying second.
They don't have a second scorer.
That's almost like a 1. I mean, LeBron can't do it himself against this team. We'll see.
I still have a hard time believing that Houston missed 27 straight threes in their own building. Yeah. I know. It's incredible, and I can't believe it, and I witnessed it live.
Yes, you were there. Choking, JD? Would you label that as a group-wide choke?
Absolutely not.
When you miss
I don't think the Rockets choked. No, I think if you're saying the Rockets choked in Game 7, I got a major problem with that, and I know a few people said it, a few people at the station said it, and I have a major problem with that. But that's probably another topic for another time. But I think that's a significant oversimplification of what was going on there.
Keys to Victory brought to you by River Islands in Lathrop, where the keys to your new home are waiting for you. $1 million lifestyle for you for about half the price. Visit riverislands.com. That's riverislands.com. Well, they're a 13-point favorite. Would you say this is the biggest favorite, basically, that you've seen in your lifetime, Steiny?
I mean, the Sixers, was it Lakers?
L1.
I didn't think the Sixers had any chance.
Sixers won Game 1 of that, right?
They did. That's when Iverson stepped up. I'll tell you who had no chance. Cleveland's first year against the Spurs.
Right. And the one that sticks out to me was the year that the Lakers beat the Kings and then played the Nets in 2002.
Yeah.
That was a series that, honestly, I don't even think I watched a single game of. Just because it was, and that ended up being a 4-0. That might be the least compelling finals that I can remember in my lifetime.
All right, so if that's
that was the beauty of the 80s, is the Lakers were there every year, so they were really good.
Or they were going to be playing the Celtics.
Yeah, or the
Sixers, or the Pistons, or it was all good.
So just give me your key then. What do you got?
I'm going to say the Warriors have to try to pretend they're the underdog tonight, not fall into the trap that the fans are kind of falling into, and I think myself and the media also. If they can somehow create a sense of urgency, they might be able to take Game 1 and just kind of really set a tone that, Cleveland, you're going to have to meet our level of play, and we don't think you can do it. And if that happens, it's going to be a short series.
Now, the Cavs are going big. JD told us that, so I think the Warriors will resemble the team that we all grew accustomed to seeing during the regular season. So I'd like some production out of the center position. It doesn't have to be points, just a defensive mindset, so we can continue to see guys like Zaza, McGee contribute.
Play buttoned up. Don't turn the ball over. Effort on defense. No injuries. And this series has no chance of going beyond 5 games.
Wow. I said 4.
It's like you're going to give LeBron like Game 3.
I'm going to give him 3 or 4. Yeah. I've got that much respect for LeBron. I've got more respect for LeBron than I did 2 months ago, based on the way he's played in these playoffs. He's been extremely, extremely impressive.
Well, the thing for me is, if you are that big of a favorite, both sides know. The key for the Golden State Warriors is you need to go out and put it on them right away. Steal their soul right away. Let them know, hey, you know what? We're going to kick the crap out of you, and we're going to do it starting right now. Because it's human nature to realize you are outgunned and you got no chance. I mean, if you go out tonight and just put them on them, they're going to know. So that would be my key. None of this getting down 17 and giving them a reason to believe.
It'll take the Cavaliers so much longer to get up 17 than the Houston Rockets, though. It's not even funny.
All right. right, we've got game one. Don't forget we'll be going to do after the game here from the Crown Royal Club. But game one's coming up in the NBA Finals. It's the Cavaliers. It's the Golden State Warriors right here on the home of your Golden State Warriors. That's 95.7 The Game.
The NBA Finals tip-off is coming up. Game 1. Warriors. Cavs. The only place to listen. 95.7. The Game.
Mike Kruko here, Putnam Cadillac in Burlingame. I have a new Cadillac XT5 and I love this crossover. The smooth ride through the mountain passes is perfect. Plus, it even has leg room for me. And right now you can have a new XT5 for a net cost of $36,215. Start with an MSRP of $42,215, less than $6,000 rebate. So come to Putnam Cadillac in Burlingame or online at putnamcadillac.com.
Is 531 VIN 202448.
It's the little voice in your stomach. And if you can't hear me, that's because I've got a lot of grumbling going on down here. And the only thing that's going to make it go away is some all-natural Alberto beef jerky. It's the delicious protein-packed snack. So listen to the little voice in your stomach and pick up some all-natural Alberto beef jerky and help me stop this racket. Alberto beef jerky. You get out what you put in.
Refers to Alberto's all-natural line of beef jerky. Minimally processed, no artificial ingredient.
At 7-Eleven, we know that a 5-mile hike can make you thirsty, and so can rocking out to your favorite song while driving. Lucky for you, real refreshment is in the neighborhood. Swing by 7-Eleven today and rehydrate with Arrowhead brand 100% mountain spring water. For a limited time, grab 2 1-liter bottles for only $2. And buy one, get one free on all half-liter bottles of Arrowhead Sparkling with real fruit flavors and refreshing bubbles. Whether conquering that trail or rocking out in the car, double up at 7-Eleven. Available at participating locations.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one's there, does it make a sound? More importantly, if my car happens to be parked under that tree, am I covered?
At AAA, we can help you outsmart insurance stout and get back to thinking about the things that matter. And right now, with an auto or home quote, you'll get a free picnic blanket. Visit AAA.com/blanket or your local branch. Offer good through June 30th, 2018 while supplies last. Restrictions apply. AAA, outsmart life. Proud partner of the San Francisco Giants.
California Attorney General. Does it matter? It does. A lot. The appointed Attorney General Javier Becerra takes tens of thousands in contributions from oil companies, insurance companies, and the tobacco industry. His Democrat opponent, Dave Jones, does not. The appointed Attorney General Javier Becerra supports the death penalty. Dave Jones will work to abolish capital punishment. The appointed Attorney General Javier Becerra has failed to collect guns from thousands who are under court order to surrender them. Dave Jones will stand up to the NRA and fight for gun safety. No wonder the San Jose Mercury News calls Javier Becerra a huge disappointment. And that's why Dave Jones is endorsed by the National Organization for Women, the Consumer Federation of California, and the California Federation of Teachers. Dave Jones for Attorney General, the clear choice for Democrats.
Paid for by Dave Jones for Attorney General 2018.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
The event you've been waiting for is on. Northern California Honda Dealers Memorial Day Race to Save, our biggest event of the year. Race in now for winning offers like a $249 a month lease on the 2018 Accord, named 2018's overall best buy by Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com, and 2018 North American Car of the Year. Or drive home with sizzling savings on Civic, Fit, and more. But you better step on it. Our Race to Save event ends May 31st, so see your NorCal Honda dealer today.
Lease a 2018 Accord Sedan CBCLX for $249 per month for 36 months with $23.99 due at signing for well-qualified lessees approved by Honda Financial Services. Excludes taxes and license. No security deposit, 15 cents per mile over 12,000 miles per year. Higher rates apply for lower credit ratings. Prices and terms may vary. See dealer for details. Offers end 7/5/18. Kelley Blue Book is a registered trademark of Kelley Blue Book Co. Inc. For more info, visit KelleyBlueBooksKBB.com.
For the dealer nearest you, ask any Honda driver or visit NorCalHondaDealers.com.
Hey, Greg Papa here, and I love the great outdoors, and I love summertime. I usually go outside, light up the grill, grab a stogie, and watch whatever sports I can get my hands on. That's right, people. I don't need to be hooked up inside all day to watch TV like some hermit. I can pop out my tablet and watch sports live thanks to Xfinity. But you can do more than just watch live sports. You can stream movies, download shows from your DVR straight to your device, and stream shows and movies the minute after they are done recording, so you don't forget to take them with you. Xfinity is so accessible away from your television. I can watch while I run on the treadmill, take my dog for a walk, or even take a shower, or watch when I'm on the toilet. So spend the time away from your TV watching TV. It's streaming from Xfinity that makes your life simple, easy, awesome. Don't miss a moment of your favorite entertainment. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit your local Xfinity store and experience everything they have to offer. Restrictions apply.
Did you know that most people buy a new TV every 6 or 7 years?
Really? That long? Ours is about that old, but still working.
Not as well as the new 4K TVs, like the top Samsung, LG, and Sony models.
Oh, I know, but they're too expensive.
What if I could get $200, $500, or $1,000 for our old set?
How?
We can trade it in on one of those top-rated models.
Where? Online?
No, right here in town at Video Only, and they'll finance the balance at no interest.
$1,000 for our old TV and no interest financing on the best TVs available?
Yep, at Video Only.
This I've got to see.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or dishwashers, but you will find the best deals on HD TVs, Blu-rays, cameras, camcorders, and home theater systems. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
You'll be sorry.
In Mountain View, San Mateo,
The radio home of the NBA champion Golden State Warriors. KCMC FM and HD1 San Francisco. 95.7 The Game.
Life can sometimes put you on a collision course. LeBron going coast to coast. Oh, he got hogside by fourth. Puts it up, puts it in, and LeBron James has a chance for the three-point play. Hard, quick move down the lane, throws outside right to Klay Thompson. Thompson's got numbers if he hurries. Bounce pass, Draymond goes in and lays it in with a right hand.
What a mistake by the Rockets.
And at the center of that collision, two battered but victorious adversaries line up for an epic struggle once again.
The opportunity for us to be back here, I think we faced probably more challenges throughout the year. Teams were more designed to beat us. Teams were, I think, a little bit more dialed in, working on ways to sort of find a crack in their armor. But we got here anyways.
The winner of this struggle will be crowned and given rings to commemorate their victory. As you know, this contest has been waged before. It's a story that has one more chapter. Welcome to the 2018 NBA Finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The NBA champions welcome you, Dog Nation. NBA Finals on the Golden State Warriors Radio Network. It's time to count down all the way to the greatest show on hardwood.
Hand off to Pella. Strickland stolen. Draymond got a hand in there, and Curry comes away with it. Throws it to the baseline. Moody back to Curry. Right side three. Got it!
This is the Warriors postseason pregame show. Now, we take you high above courtside to the voice of the Warriors, Tim Roy.
Well, it's a saga that will go down as one of the great rivalries in American sports history. The upstarts from the Bay who have changed the way the NBA looks at the game against the team that features one of the great athletes that this country has ever produced. And these two franchises, sworn enemies, meet for the fourth straight time. And that in of itself is making history. The winner will be crowned, and they'll be rewarded with rings. Rings that will be forged with the sweat of their effort and the golden gleam of their character. Welcome to the 2018 NBA Finals. The Golden State Warriors host the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 1 here at Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Now, the Warriors and Cavaliers are not similar in design or the way they go about their business, but they both had to fight to get here. The Cavaliers went 7 with Indiana.
swept Toronto, but trailed Boston 3-2 in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Warriors swept aside San Antonio and New Orleans each in 5 games before being tested by the rock-solid Houston Rockets, who led the Warriors 3-2 in the Western Conference Finals. And they led Golden State by 15 in Game 7, but after a timeout, Stephen Curry and the Dubs came together.
It was a special moment for us, and I think one that we'll look back if we get the job done over these next 2 weeks, again, as an appreciation of all that goes into winning a championship and doing it by committee and making sure every guy, whether you're playing well or not, whether things are going your way or not, that we all bring something to the fold that have gotten us to 4 straight finals, and we've done it by appreciating everybody that's a part of that group. And I think that timeout, that 2.5 minutes, was a special moment for us, and it should give us some great momentum going into the series.
And of course, the Warriors going on to win the Game 7, and they bring themselves here back to Oracle Arena for tonight's Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Standing room tickets are going for over $300. That's how much demand there is to come and watch this game. But the Warriors take on LeBron James, who is putting together a postseason for the ages. 34 points and 9 rebounds, 8 assists tonight, with over a block a night while shooting 54% from the field. We'll talk about LeBron and the Cavaliers in a couple of moments with Jim Barnett on Press Table. But later on, in this very same pregame show, on this date in NBA history, Moses makes a prediction.
I figured we could go 4-4-4. And I made that prediction, but we went 4-5-4. But
on the Coach's Show, Steve Kerr says it might be time to go big.
You got to be physical with them. I thought Zaza and David both did a great job last year in that series, so you could very well see him.
And on tip-off, LeBron James knows he's facing a roster that is very deep in talent.
4 Hall of Famers on their team, and Clay, Dre, Steph, and KD. They got a Finals MVP that comes off their bench.
All that coming your way. There is sunlight streaming in from the upper walkways. There are gold shirts on every seat. Fans filing in, getting ready for Chapter 4 of the Warriors and Cavaliers saga. I'm Tim Roy, along with Jim Barnett in the Cyber Policy broadcast booth at JB. We're back in the NBA Finals. Can you believe it? 4 straight years the Golden State Warriors are meeting the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Tim, I'll tell you something. You and I do a lot of interviews on radio stations across the United States, particularly during this time. And some people are saying, are you bored with this? 4 years in a row, you're getting tired.